Alaska, America's wild frontier. With a sparse population of just over 730,000 people, it's home to some of the most dramatic landscapes on Earth. From the icy peaks of Denali to the expansive wilderness that stretches for hundreds of thousands of square kilometres. In summer, the sun hardly sets, while in winter, darkness can stretch for 24 hours. At the heart of this rugged state are two key cities: Fairbanks, a gateway to the Arctic, and Anchorage, Alaska's largest city and a hub for military operations in the region. It's here the Royal Australian Air Force has joined forces with the United States Air Force, US Navy and US Marines for Exercise Red Flag Alaska 24-3. Over 2 weeks, this extreme environment will test their combat readiness, teamwork and ability to adapt. This year, Air Force is playing a major role, with 6 F-35A Lightning IIs from No. 75 Squadron at RAF Base Tyndall flying into Alaskan Air Force Base in Fairbanks, and 2 E-7A Wedgetails from No. 2 Squadron RAF Base Williamtown stationed at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson in Anchorage. Exercise Red Flag was born out of necessity. In the aftermath of the Vietnam War, the United States Air Force realised that pilots needed more than basic flight training to survive real-world combat.
One of the things they found is that if they could get a pilot to survive their first 10 combat sorties, their chances of survival skyrocketed afterwards. In 1975, they commissioned Red Flag initially in Nellis Air Force Base in Nevada as a way to get pilots those first 10 combat sorties. Over the years, Red Flag has grown and has branched out into the exercise that you see today, which is much more than just pilots like we were discussing. It's the ground maintainers, it's logistics. It stresses the entire military and our joint partners' ability to go out and get those first 10 sorties, and that has maintained the same goal over time.
The exercise enables United States and Allied aviators to refine their operational concepts, enhance their capabilities, and develop strategies that strengthen deterrence and maintain a competitive edge. Leading the Australian contingent is Group Captain Tracy Douglas, commander of the task unit for Exercise Red Flag Alaska.
So combined and joint exercises like Red Flag Alaska are really important opportunities for the Royal Australian Air Force to train with partner forces. It doesn't matter where we go in the world, what type of operation we're doing, we will be operating alongside allies and partners from around the world. So we need to take every opportunity that's available to us to further our integration with those partners, to understand, to test, to practice tactics, techniques and procedures, and to give our aviators experience at deploying long distances into unfamiliar, unique environments that provide challenges that we don't get to experience at home. And in particular, the Australian National Defence Strategy calls out the United States as a very important partner for Australia, and Red Flag Alaska is one of those opportunities that allows us to really integrate well in complex scenarios with the United States Air Force.
The F-35A Lightning II is one of the most advanced fighters in the world. With its stealth capabilities, speed and agility, the F-35 is built to dominate the skies. Here in Alaska, these fifth-generation fighters are put to the ultimate test, navigating through the rugged terrain and unpredictable weather. The challenging environment of Alaska makes for an unparalleled training ground, allowing pilots to push the aircraft's cutting-edge systems to their limits. High above Alaska's wilderness, the E-7A Wedgetail is coordinating the entire battle space. Equipped with the latest radar and surveillance technology, the Wedgetail ensures that every pilot, every aircraft and every operation is connected and integrated. For Flying Officer Leonie Claffey, Red Flag Alaska is more than just an exercise, it's a personal milestone.
So we've flown quite a few missions now. Definitely one of the highlights was where we got to do orbits around Denali. Denali is the largest mountain in Alaska, and just being able to fly less than 10,000 feet above it, looking down at it was incredible, yeah. The exercise itself, it's a lot more complex, a lot more interesting than a lot of the stuff we get to do back home, working with a huge variety of assets that we never get to work with in a place That's a lot different to how Australia looks. So it just helps us to take our basic skills and apply them somewhere completely different with different procedures and different accents on the radio to really hone our skills and make sure that we can work in any environment and do a good job.
One of the key objectives of Exercise Red Flag Alaska is interoperability, the ability for the Air Force to work together with the US seamlessly. With the RAF F-35s, Wedgetails and ground crew operating side by side with American forces, this exercise ensures that every piece of the puzzle fits.
So there's a number of objectives that we look to get to achieve every red flag. The primary one of those is to improve our integration with the United States Air Force and the other services across the US. We do this by using the opportunity to practice and refine a lot of our tactics, techniques and procedures in a very complex simulated combat environment.
Taking aircraft overseas and adapting to different airspaces and procedures can be challenging, but the rewards of such exercises are immense, paving the way for enhanced capabilities and stronger international cooperation.
The tyranny of distance, getting these two aircraft over to Alaska, works really well for us from a squadron perspective, not only for the mission crew themselves and getting the aircraft over here, but also the logistics and all our support staff. The squadron's really matured in the last 10-15 years since we got the capability. We transit all over the globe and use every opportunity that we can for various upgrades and experience as we go.
As Exercise Red Flag Alaska comes to a close, the lessons learned here will help shape the future of air combat. From the icy terrain of Alaska to the intense aerial combat missions, this exercise has proven that the Australian Defence Force and its allies are ready to face any challenge, anywhere.
It's about improving integration, not just out in the air with the aircraft and aircrew, but across all elements of air operations. So we're talking about maintenance, about security, logistics, and making sure we can operate smoothly together in any place and in any situation.